Hello friends, good morning, good afternoon. In this session, we are going to see cursor in SQL Server. First thing first, we are going to understand the definition of the cursor, then life cycle of cursor, and at the end, we are going to analyze means what are the different examples of cursor and how to make it as a performance. Okay, then let's start. Yeah, definition of cursor. Cursor is the database object to retrieve the data from the result set one row at a time. And first of all, we will understand, yeah, what is the result set? Let's say I'm creating the table at here, create table employee. Okay, and it having 6 columns, and I'm inserting the data into it, and this is the table, correct? And okay, so whatever the data come out from it means select star from employee. So this is the result set. And what definition is saying? Cursor is the database object to retrieve the data from the result set one row at a time. Means let's say it is the one row, this is the second row. Means so these are the 8 rows and means we have to iterate the data one by one. Means why we are using the cursor? When we have to perform the operation row by row basis, then we are using the cursor. Okay, means let's say there are thousands of records and we have to perform the row by row operation. Means let's say I have to update this value, or there is a another things. Means suppose I have to pass this value id to the another function, or another stored procedure, correct? Means there is a row by row operation. Before going into the practical, we will understand the life cycle of cursor. First thing first, declare cursor. Cursor is declared by defining the SQL statement that returns the result set. Means let's say select first name comma last name from employee, correct? So that is the result set, and we have to assign that result set into the cursor object. Okay, and then next step is open cursor. Means cursor is opened and populated by executing the SQL statement defined by the cursor. Means we have to, whatever the result set is assigned to the cursor, we have to open that, correct? And next thing, fetch. When cursor is opened, rows can be fetched from cursor one by one or in a block to do the data manipulation. Means we can say we have to iterate the row one by one and we can perform the operation on it, correct? And next thing, empty. Means let's say there are 5 records in the result set and we iterated one by one till the 5, correct? At the end cursor will be the empty, so it will go to the next block. Means we have to close the cursor. Actually I missed that here, no. Means there is a first element, so it will check, yeah, it is empty, no. Then it will go to the fetch second element, third element, fourth element, up to the 5 element. Okay, then fifth element is done. Then at the sixth element there is a nothing data inside because there are only 5 records, so it will go to the S. Means there is an empty cursor and it will close. Close means after the data manipulation, means there is a whatever the perform, means when we perform the operation on that rows, then we should close the cursor explicitly, correct? And then deallocate. Deallocate means we have to means free up the memory for that cursor. Means finally we need to delete the cursor definition, release all the system resources associated with the cursor, correct? Means there is a when we are allocating the cursor, at that time it will allocate some memory into the database. Actually TempDB holding that memory and we have to free up the space, that free that space, correct? So that's why we are using the deallocate. So this is the life cycle of cursor. I forget to add no at here, sorry for that. Let's start the practical. Select star from employee. So there are 8 records in it, and what is our objective? There is a full name in the employee table, and what we have to do, we have to update that full name with last name comma first name. Okay, Then how to achieve that using the cursor? So let's see. This is the syntax for the cursor and example as well. Means let's say first of all declare the cursor. Cursor is nothing but the, yeah, here is the data type. Like say there is a integer, then there is a varchar. So here is also data type. We have to create the @cursor as a object for the cursor data type. Got it? And next thing, here is the @cursor is the type of cursor. Okay. Then these are the local variables, means ID, then first name, last name. Got it? And then next thing, we have to set the cursor. Correct? Means that cursor we have to assign. Correct? Means there is a, this is the type of the cursor. Means forward only, key set, dynamic. Okay. There are four types in it, but right now I am using the forward only. And for means for which query we are using the cursor. Correct? So this is the query. Select ID first name comma last name. Means let's say there are uh, whatever the columns you required, you have to mention over here. Means this is the SQL statement. And then next is the open cursor. And then once cursor is open, then we have to fetch the data from it, right? Means let's say open cursor, because it contains 8 records, so whatever 8 records are assigned to the cursor object, and then we have to fetch the one record. Means there is a, means whatever the first one record, means there is a open cursor fetch next from cursor into the ID first name and last name. Means three variables we declared at here. Correct? So whatever the three values are come over here. Okay. And then while @@ fetch status is equal to 0, means when it reach at the 8, then it will repeat. Means till the 8 it will repeat, and after that, yeah, there is a no any object, there is a no any row, then it will finish. Means there is a begin and end loop will close, and we can close the cursor and deallocate cursor. But before of that, while phase status is equal to 0, this is the global variable. Means we are checking the value for that. Okay. And then begin and end, we have to do the some operation. Means like means whatever the operations you have to perform, you can do. And then there is a, here I am updating employee table. Set full name is equal to last name comma first name, where ID is equal to whatever the ID I get from that cursor, so I am using that over here. And then means let's say whatever the value ask, means update employee. Correct? Then full name is equal to whatever the full name over here, so last name Sonavne comma, then first name Manish, where ID 1 is equal to ID, means which is coming from over here. Correct? So we will up, means we are updating the values over here. Then next thing, fetch next from cursor into the ID first name last name. Means these values are same statement, but it is here in the, it will go to the next row. And then we are closing the cursor and then deallocating the cursor. Yeah, we will execute it. Let's start the practical. Means there is a select start from employee, there are 8 records. Correct? And we have to update the full name with last name comma first name. This is our objective. Okay. Then I am going to execute this in a one batch. Yeah, there are 8 records are updated. Correct? And if you see it, yeah, Solone comma Manish. So objective is to perform the operation on row by row basis, then we are using the cursor. Then what is the alternative? Yeah, using the update statement we can go, means we can do that thing in a one go. Let's say update employee, set full name is equal to last name comma, yeah, update statement I added here, and then first name. So if you execute it, then yeah, in a one go you can do it, that, right? Means but it is in a one go. And if we have to do, means let's say uh, we have to perform the operation on row by row basis. Means let's say there is a id, it's come over here, and if we have to do the case statement, if id is equal to this and then do that, if id is equal to 2 then do that. So there is a case things, or we have to perform means row by row operation, then yeah, cursor is fine. But I have to say one thing. uh, First of all, I am using the I am executing the cursor, so again the values will be a previous as we like, we required, correct. And then next thing, execution plan thing, means I have to say from performance point of view. If we see the execution plan of it, then you can observe execute and then execution plan. So loop through the cursor and then update, correct, fetch next from, then update, then fetch next from whatever the data, miss next row. And how many rows are misread, there are 8 records are read, correct. And then after that it update the one row, correct. And one more thing I have to say, is any alternative for the cursor? Of course yes. So then what is the alternative? So there is a for means while loop, with the help of that we can use the cursor. For that what we have to do, I am going to show you. Means when we set the statistics IO on off, okay. And yeah, first of all, this is the while loop. Means let's say this is the three variables, means ID, first name, last name, okay. And we, what is the objective of this while loop? So this is the cursor replacement, okay. Then we have to achieve same thing, means we have to perform the row by row operation with the help of while loop, okay. And these are the declaration of the variable. Then I is the, yeah, means variable, and we have to set it as a one, means from which records I am going to start. And then row count, how much records inside the employee table, correct. There are 8 records, means from 1 to the 8 I have to do the loop, start the loop, correct. There is a 1 and if till the 8, correct. And then select top one, means whatever the record, there is a top one record, so it will assign id, first name, last name to the variable, correct. And then what we are doing, then updating the employee with full name is equal to last name, yeah, while loop I added. And then first name, and where id is equal to id which is coming from over here, okay. For 8 times we are updating that loop, correct. And then set I is equal to I plus 1, means first, second, third till the 8, okay. And then I'm going to execute this in a one go, okay. There are 8 records are updated. And yeah, this is the while loop. Yeah, actually I set it at here, yeah, where we have to mention the where id is equal to I. And let's say when we execute it, then we can see there is a surname, then while loop, and then first name. So this is the example for that. And yeah, I'm going to show you the execution plan of it. And then if you see the execution plan, and you can observe, yeah, there are 8 records, correct. Means first we required 8 records, and then we are iterating one by one, got it. And here is the uh, clustered index is calling, why? Because we are fetching the data and then again, means then we are updating it. And here you can see there is a only one record and then we are updating, but in the cursor scenario there are 8 records are calling at here. Means if you see fetch next, then there is a 8 record, estimated number of rows for all execution there is a 8. And here you can see there is a only one record, correct. Means select of one, means we are fetching the only one record at a time, correct. And how it make a bigger improvement, So first of all, I have to, right now there are only 8 records, 10 records. This is the very simple case, and it within a fraction of second it will execute. There is no any problem. But when we have to do for the thousands of records or millions of records, then how it will impact? Okay, let's start here. I'm deleting the previous 8 records. Delete from employee. Okay, and I'm going to insert this statement for 1000 times. Okay, go 1000 means how much records table it contains. Sorry, I have to stop the execution plan first. I don't need delete from employee. Okay, then it will execute for 1000 times means 8000 records will inside the employee table. If you check select star from employee, then it will contain 8000 records, right? And for 8000 records we have to do the update statement. Got it? And then yeah, we can update that using the cursor. But before of that, I'm setting the value for the set statistics IO on and no count off. Means I don't want means how many records are affected, means one by row one record. There are multiple records affected, but I don't want. I want only the means there is a how many logical reads, how many physical reads. So with the help of statistics IO1, I will get that things correct, and I am making it as a on first, or when you are executing, then you can do that as well, no problem. And then execute this query, cursor query, correct. So it will take some few seconds more. Yeah, okay. Means 7 seconds, there are 8000 records are updated, and there is a message. Means work table or a table employee, scan count is this, records, physical reads, then there is a logical reads, correct. And this is the information coming out from this. Okay. So what I have to do, I am opening, there is a statistics parser site. I am going to make it as a duplicate because no confusion. Yeah, clear the text, and then I'm whatever the information I copied, so copy it and paste it over here, and then parse it. Okay, and at the end you will get miss how many records. Yeah, miss there are a scan count is how much, then there is a logical reads how much, employee table there is a 8001 times it read, then there is a logical read, how many logical reads are happen, means there is a from physical read and logical reads are different, means whatever the we are reading from the disk or we are reading from the memory, that is the logical read, and when we are reading from the disk there is a physical reads. Okay, and yeah, work table means there is a in the background there is a temp table is create, correct. So that is the work table, but it is the from SQL engine point of view. It is not for open to the user. SQL Server engine using that, and yeah, there are miss number of logical read in the percentage. So when you are scrolling down at the end, um, okay, go down. Yeah. So yeah, total how many scan count, how much logical reads, and at the end, yeah, this is the summarized overview, correct. And we can see same thing with the help of while loop. Okay, first of all, I will do delete from employee, or we can do one more thing. I'm updating all the records in a one go. Set full name is equal to null. Okay, then select star from employee. Got it? Means all the employees having the full name as a null value. Okay. And here same thing I will do. Set statistics IO on and set count on off. Means how many records are affected we are getting with the help of the no count. And yeah, first of all make it an on and then execute it. Sorry, I have to make the execution plan off and I am making the yes. If you see, select start from employee, then okay, and yeah, execution plan is off and then execute it. So it will take also few seconds. In previous session there is a 7 second. Here is a 6 second. Yeah, there is no any much difference. So copy it and yeah, make the duplicate of it and clear text, paste it. Means whatever the information we copied, parse it. Yeah, you can see there is a scan count one, logical reads, and at the end you can see, yeah, how many logical reads, scan count, then logical reads. Here you can see there is a 16,000, then there is a 1,12,000 scan count, and here is the only 62,000, and logical reads are different. Then there is a scan count, then logical reads. Correct. So that is the difference. Means if we are using the while loop, how much records? Then if you are using the cursor, then how much? Got it? Here you can see there is a while loop added in between first name, sorry, last name and first name. Then I have to say, yeah, this is the output from the cursor and this is the output from the while loop. Means we can do the update or we can perform the operation on row by row basis with the help of cursor, but there is a scan count and logical reads are high, and when we are using the while loop, then there is a scan count and logical reads to be low. Got it? Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like it, please share it and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much. Bye bye.